I'm just trying to make it to 71, to be honest.
That's the number?
I mean, yeah, I'm like 71. I'm like, why 71? He's like, I've already circled that number. And he said,
it's interesting.
At 71, his daughter, who is his youngest child, would be 30. And he said 30 is a nice age where you feel like your child is independent enough, they're secure enough mentally. Like, you get what I mean? Like, they've built up enough of themselves to then be able to figure this out without you there. And could probably handle that loss of losing you. You get what I mean?
Yeah. That's well thought out, I
exactly.
guess.
So then it made me think. I'm like, I wonder what my number would be then. And I would agree. 30 is definitely a nice round number for your child to get to, from a parent's perspective.
That's interesting.
To be like, all right, I've done my job. I'm confident with the human being you are now. If something were to happen, then I can go. The only other thing I would say to that is, how prepared are you from a like a life insurance policy and
that's
your
a real
will
thing.
And all of that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Because that's definitely important too.
Yep.
Like, you got to make sure that stuff put together. And again, some of us at this age don't have those things together. So
that's true.
Hey, Joe, it could happen to you because it's actually happening now.
I don't even feel like I'm I'm an on-air talent. Do you look at it like that? Like, I almost feel
I don't. But the thing
I feel
is,
like we're falling into that, but I don't want to fall into that.
It's turning into a conversation because I went to work today in a building that I haven't been in a while, right?
Yeah.
So for anybody who doesn't know, my background is a technical director. I work for a bunch of different news outlets across the city. I work in a control room. My background is the television industry. So I haven't introduced what I'm doing now to a whole lot of my colleagues, right? But there's a 1-2 that I've said, you know what, like, look, this is what I'm trying out. I'm trying out now. Like, I'm trying to build up my own thing a little bit. And the ones that have seen it have nothing but great things to say about it. And it's kind of...
Have they liked and subscribed?
Yes, yeah.
Dope.
Yeah,
Dope.
Yeah. Which is weird.
Why?
Because they don't know me like that.
That's okay.
They know me as well, I was about to say my Guffy. And I don't even like doing that more times on here, yo.
They'll find you if they want to find you.
Well, I guess, because those who know me know me. And if you know, you know. I don't know. Those who know. And the co-workers and stuff, yeah, they've had pretty good things to say about it.
Yeah, do you feel like you live like a double life almost like that?
Yeah, I live like a quadruple life,
yeah, welcome to my life. I could probably double that. This is the craziest shit ever sometimes. Because there's like a whole world that I haven't even showed this to yet. Sometimes.
I wouldn't say quadruple, but yeah, it's just I'm not the same person that I am.
Oh, I wasn't joking.
I'll show up the same way. I'll show up the same way, but I'm not gonna talk the same way necessarily. You get what I mean?
No, I know exactly what you mean.
But
you're talking like you're preaching to the choir right now.
But now I'm at a point where I don't want to have to show up any other way than in my Berkeys, no searchies, talking the way that I want to talk, and doing what the hell I want to do. Like I'm just tired, bro. But I'm tired of being tired, to be honest.
But even that, is that even one version though? Like, I don't want to show up unless I'm wearing my Berkeys, talking the way that I talk. I got so many different ways that I still talk. Like, I can't help it. Depending on the audience. That's why now I've started to like purposely clash audiences.
No. I literally want to roll out of my bed every day and just be me. Do whatever I want to do.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say.
On my own time.
But
wearing whatever I want to. I hate wearing jeans. I promise you, I do not like wearing jeans. Anybody who's been watching this from the very beginning, from the early episodes, you've probably seen me wear jeans on here at most 4 times.
Yeah.
I don't like wearing denim, bro. I'm tired of that. I don't like putting on nothing to go nowhere. 90% of the time, even when I go to work, and I'm kind of lucky, knock on wood if we have to. I don't know where we're at in 2024 with the whole superstitions, because I'm here knocking on wood is what you're not supposed to do. But I'm lucky my managers haven't seen me at any point to be like, yo, bro, this is still like a business casual setting. You got to put on some denim or some khakis or some cargos or at least something. More times I'm going to work in my track pants and my Birks in the summertime. Now I'm getting kind of annoyed because I have to put on shoes because it's getting kind of cold. Tired, bro. I don't want to do nothing. I don't have to put on no button-up shirt to go nowhere, no nothing. The most I'll probably do is put on a one piece of clothes to go out somewhere, and even that's becoming challenging these days because where's the time? Where's the money? It's getting rough out here. The man raised property tax in Toronto today.
Oh, it's definitely getting rough out here.
Bruh.
Even groceries are through. Everything's through. What isn't through the roof right now?
But to be honest, yo,
only going up this year.
Gotta keep the faith at the same time. You know what I mean?
Nah, I do know what you mean.
But welcome. Bienvenue. Like SB likes to hear me say these days. Welcome to another episode of wha'SUP. Speak your perspective. The SUP's the short term for it. Big up knots behind the scenes.
Only going up this year.
Zealous authentic pictures. The homie Pree ain't here today. Face ain't here today.
Talk to me, man.
But we're here to represent same way.
You got us.
Swinging SB, Boston cream bun.
Boom.
Only going up this year.
What's up, Playboy? Give me that Nas real quick.
Now let's get it all in perspective.
Now we can start. You have to go with the gunshots too?
Gotta give it all. You gotta give it all when we're doing Nas, no?
Nah, but I feel like we're starting off on a bit of a somber note to make it. That's my vibe.
You can still shoot him up in a somber note, no?
Nah,
yeah,
man, we can't do that, bro.
Yeah,
Why?
You can do that.
What?
Why not? No one's safe.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. The gunshots just seem so violent, and I'm not trying to be violent right now.
It could be a warning.
Yeah, whatever.
Like, don't play me for this mood right now. I might just still pull it out. Pause.
Shout out J-Rock, that song that I was playing off the top. Well, I guess it maybe didn't make it in there, but that song that I was playing a while ago, it's called Redemption, featuring SZA by J-Rock. It talks about like, what would you do before you passed? And yeah, I couldn't help but have to speak to a bit of this today. Because for some reason, for the last few days, it just keeps coming up. I don't know how far we'll go with this topic, but we'll run with it for a little bit. It's just death. Because the last couple of days, I don't know why, but it just keeps presenting itself in some way.
That's interesting. I think about it so regularly.
How regular though? No, be on and be on.
No, I'll be really honest. It's actually creepy.
I thought it was.
I don't measure it. Like, it's not like I'm thinking about it every day, but it's like it's multiple times a week. Things just come up. Like I just hear some news, or I think about something like people that have passed away, or just when someone will pass away. I even think about like when my childhood. I used to have like a bit of trauma sleeping.
Yeah, right.
When I was like between the ages of 6 and 7, and I still remember this, I used to hate going to sleep. Every time I'd go to sleep, I'd always try to stay up as long as I could. And I'd always have this fear that one day my parents are going to pass away. Now, I don't know what that stems from, but I've been looking into that a lot more. And I feel like...
You've never shared this with anybody?
I was taught... Remember I went to that course like a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
That's when it came up for me. Because a lot of that has to do with remembering your past. And I'm like, why am I always thinking, like, what's my issue with sleep? Because I don't really have I haven't had a good sleep schedule pretty much my whole life. That's one of my big New Year's resolutions, to really, really crank that down. Everyone's that's watching this that knows me is probably laughing like, yo, that's been your New Year's resolution for your whole life. But we've talked about this vaguely before. When I was initially born, younger, I lived with my mom's sister in India and their family. And between those ages, between 1 and 3, my mom would go back and forth. My family would go back and forth. And whenever I'd fall asleep is when they would leave, you know? So when I'd wake up, they might not be there. And I'd be crying. And I remember crying about this sort of stuff. So that I feel like there's an emotional connection to that. And death is related to that. So like, death is the cousin of sleep, right? Is that how to say it? Or sleep is the cousin of death? Is that the Nas line? Yeah, I just didn't enjoy sleeping. And I'd be thinking about death quite a bit. Like, you're going to get older, people are going to pass away, things are going to happen. And I get scared about my kids constantly. That's like a regular one for me. Anytime I hear something that's happened to a child, automatically I think about my kids, and I'm like I feel terrible for the parent.
I started feeling that and thinking that more recently.
Yeah.
And I would assume that every parent would hate that thought.
I can't control it. I think exactly. I feel I think about it more than not.
And I think that's the hard part, and that's what we don't typically do as individuals, is share a lot of those intrusive thoughts.
Yeah. Well, why has it been coming up for you? Because I could go deeper into this.
Just death? Like, yeah. Well, firstly, the 1 year from my mom is coming up.
Yeah.
And I don't even I feel like, I almost feel like I've spoken about it too much on here.
I knew you were going to say that. I was about to say the same thing.
Those feelings, so I just had a conversation with a friend the other day who lost their mom.
Yeah.
A while back.
Yeah.
And the reason that had even come up, because I think I've mentioned to you before that I don't listen to a lot of other podcasts anymore.
Yeah.
Or even watch a lot of that stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
If there's something happening, I'll probably go check it out. But I came across a clip somewhere of Melissa Ford talking about once you lose a parent, it's like you become part of this fraternity that others have yet to join. But once you end up on the other side and you know what that feeling feels like, you get it.
Yeah.
And anybody who thinks they get it from the other side, trust me, you don't, yo. You really don't.
Yeah. A parent's a different thing.
Yo, I mean, mind you, it does depend on the kind of relationship you have with your parent oftentimes these days.
Facts.
Because not everybody has the best of relationships with their parents.
It's a fact.
And even some of the ones that lose them then realize how significant that relationship was and probably should still be, or should have been up until that point. You get what I mean?
I do.
But it's like, from my mom was my mom, yo. So anyways, I'd called that friend. We had a bit of a conversation about it. And then just the other day, 2 days ago now, probably, yesterday, I'm lying, it was yesterday. We spoke on the phone for a little bit because her mom's birthday was yesterday. And she went to go visit her mom at the gravesite. And we talked about what she typically does when she's there. And she said it's nothing more than just give her an update, like have a quick little conversation with her, probably stay for a little bit to be in your own thoughts and then leave. And then I had said, you know what, funny enough, I don't want to say joy, but I find peace in going to visit my mom. Because it's very still. And it's kind of weird. I'm like, am I supposed to enjoy being at a cemetery? But
it's your relationship.
It's just like there's no movement. Everything is just still. And you're allowed to just be in your own thoughts. Sometimes I get lost in my own thoughts while I'm there. And it's like, oh, I've been here for whatever. I got to get to work or something. You know what I mean? But yeah, so her 1 year's coming up. Let me Hadouken that real quick. Hadouken! So we're thinking about doing something just to acknowledge it. So there's a bit of conversation about that. And then again, like, it's on your mind. You're thinking about it. And one of the places that I freelance for, I hadn't worked at for quite some time. Like, it's been a while. So I recently went back into the building only to find out that 2 people that I used to work with recently passed away.
Oh, shoot.
And these guys are young. Like, I think 38 and 41 or something like that. And it it had me a little, man's you're approaching them type of numbers. You get what I mean?
I do.
So to think that these were my peers. Yeah. These are guys that I've been around.
Yep.
And to think that they're passing away now, I'm like, whoa. And there's actually a third, you know what? I don't even want to mention that, but trust me, I pray for some of these people sometimes. And even when I hear of the passing, I'll pray for that soul too, yo. Today there was news of another passing. And I'm kind of just like, yo, what's with this death thing? What's going on? This is...
You know, you're going to laugh. You know that famous speech of that Navy officer that talks about making your bed in the morning? Have you heard that before?
I feel like I've heard. Yeah, this kind of sounds familiar.
It went viral where he's like, make sure to make your bed every morning. And he's like, no matter what happens, start your day off knowing that you got the first easy task done so you can handle the harder tasks. So his name is William H. McRaven, right? Admiral McRaven. And I just went through his book this morning. And he talks about being in the Navy and how he had to deliver the death of certain soldiers to their families. Yeah. And as I'm listening to that, this is why I'm like, I've been thinking about it too. Imagine that, you know? And then even I'm mentioning the kid thing. So he's talking about when he's got to deliver that news to parents that have lost their kids and the whole thing that was going on with Saddam Hussein and all that stuff, right? And he's like, it's just gut-wrenching. But at the same time, he's like, we see this all the time. So you've somewhat become immune to it. Like, you want to be able to deliver this message. You are delivering it. You are sorry for these people. But at the same time, you're not always breaking down, you know, when you see like a soldier that's amputated or whatnot. And it's just talks about how it could be anything. And he just talks about how certain sergeants and stuff like that, like how many lives they've saved from just deciding to go right instead of going left. And you really don't know, man. It's this is why I don't understand certain personalities that are just like, they find the easiest things to just be off about, because it's like, this thing is short. Like when you say you're getting to that age, we're getting to that age, like, yeah, we are, but it doesn't even matter about the number. There's people that have gone that are way less.
Exactly.
And that it's like the scary feeling for me is just knowing that I have no control over that.
Exactly.
You know?
Hey, trust me, I know exactly what you mean.
So
none. Because you can think that you do.
Yeah.
Much like when people say, "Oh, it doesn't matter how healthy you are, something can happen at any moment." Yada yada. Like, yeah, but I'm still trying.
Yeah.
I'm still like preparing myself in case I do have to like run this out a little bit longer. And maybe you don't as much as I want to, so do what you're doing, but don't don't question my agenda.
Even the part where you go that you feel like you talk about it too much, right? I feel the same way. And I'm going on to 5 years now. When, again, to say it's cousin, but I look at it like a brother that passed away. And so the same story that I was saying in the beginning, where I lived with their family in India in the beginning. So when I went to BC this time around, I met his mom and his dad. And I call her mummy, like I call her mom, right? And just to see them at their state now, like they're like in their 70s, they're not healthy, you know? Like they're definitely getting to that age. And I broke down. Like I literally just started bawling when I saw them. I was just like, yo.
Like in front of their faces?
Yeah. Okay. Like everything. Because this is the first time I've been back since the funeral. I'm seeing them at this age. It's almost like a deja vu of the same stuff that I used to think of when I'm a child. But at the same time, it's like, yo, this news could come any day too now, you know? I lost 2 of my mom's sisters about like maybe like within the last 18 months, give or take. And it's like, yo, that generation is facing that cycle now, you know? And I have another, my mom's got a lot of sisters. I got another one that's like in her late 80s, early 90s. And she's already been prepared. Like she's already like, this is what you put me in my casket. Like she's ready to go. And it's like, whoa, it's a whole nother level of detachment. Because you have all these memories with these people. You have all these, I don't know, expectations or hopes or past memories. And again, like I said this before too, but it's like a part of you dies as that whole thing goes on.
But like the other part of you just mourns.
Yeah. And
it's like, I hate that part of it.
What I was going to add to that was there's one thing when...
Because there's no turning back from that. That person's gone. Like gone, yo.
Gone the way that we know them is how I try to look at it, but that doesn't make it any easier. But it's one thing, to your point, where I look at it like if you've lived a long life, yeah, that's a blessing in itself. But you say they're 36, 37, 38, 40. I'd even say 50. Like, that's young.
Because I'm out here, Joe, trust me, I'm out here upset that my mom never got to enjoy retirement.
I hear you.
Like, I'm upset about that.
Yeah.
But then I think about these guys who, they literally like just finished work.
Yeah.
And like went home to go, I don't know, watch TV or something, and then didn't even get to do the same thing the next day.
Yeah. And to what we were saying before, that's why I'm kind of sick of sometimes just watching the news and
trust me, I'm done.
And like talking about, okay, this is happening right now, and then all right, Cat Williams interview and whatever. Like at times it's like, I got more things going on in my own life that might not get me the views per se, like but it's more therapeutic to me to talk about that than it is to talk about all this, because everyone's got some real shit going on. Myself, yourself, all of us included.
Yeah, everybody listening and watching too.
Yeah. I think we all need entertainment at times to just hide the real life scenarios.
That's pretty much what entertainment is.
Yeah.
And that's why the world is the world. Because look how biggest topic a few months back.
Yeah.
That whole Jada and Will stuff. When's the last time Jada's name come out of your mouth?
You're going to laugh at me.
What? Yesterday? This morning?
I sound like a hypocrite. I was watching a bit of the DL Hughley on Vlad. They brought it up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they brought it up vaguely.
Maybe it's just an algorithms thing, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I've heard
Vlad's in my algorithms for a fact.
Heavy? Like
I like Vlad. Vlad's... Shout out Vlad.
I mean, you would.
Yeah. Why would you say it like that?
Fellow brown guy, yeah?
Vlad's not brown.
He's not black. So, he's got a beard.
Okay.
His skin is not, I don't know. There's not enough melanin in his skin. Yeah, no.
Wow. That's a stretch, but okay. Whatever, I'll take
what?
it.
Yeah, close enough. I don't know.
Right,
honestly, I didn't even know who Vlad was, to be honest. I don't fuck with Vlad like that. To be like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's more the people that he's interviewing that I find interesting.
I know he's from somewhere over that side, but
all right, cool, whatever, man.
Vlad's Ukrainian though? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Positive?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. What did you think he was?
Shout out Vlad.
Regular American guy.
I just knew he wasn't from this side, like North America. What?
No, I was just saying no.
Yeah. I just knew he wasn't from this side, too. And he was like either Arab or mixed with something or something. Like no idea, bro.
Yeah. Not that it matters, but yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
But whatever, he's just talking about that. So I did hear it, but I get your point.
Anyway, Vlad's in your algorithms.
Yeah. So, but to your point, like, so I did hear her name, but it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. It's entertaining to a degree, but I fall off of it quick too. Where it's like, I try to get into stuff to watch it, to be entertained, to be amused, but I just have so much personal stuff going on that I'd rather just work on that. You know what I mean? That I need my break from everything that's going on. Like, look at everything that's going on right now. Everything's...
But when do you find yourself consuming like a Vlad type content piece of material? Because I'll turn things on mostly when I'm like cleaning or something. I feel like traditionally most people...
Drives.
Yeah. When you're driving, some people will listen or watch while they're at work.
Yeah.
For me, I'm more of just an audio person, so I'll have something in my ears while I'm cleaning, sometimes in the car, but I find in the car I'm usually holding like conversations. Like that's when I'll catch up on my phone calls. Like if somebody called me whenever, I'll call them back when I'm in the car, going wherever I'm going.
It's weird. That's what I started to notice a little bit more. Where I was saying this last week too, where I'm consuming entertainment more than like music or like podcasts more than I normally would. Normally, I just want to be silent or I'd listen to the book. Like a book would be good for me. But a lot of habits have like started to shift, but I'm catching that a little bit more. To just go back to like right now, last year, give or take around this time, like I was in India. I'm just meditating out there. I was checking myself with that too. I'm like, yo, like you're here now, but that shouldn't be an excuse because I've been cutting down on that a little bit too. So I've just really started to, it's ironic that we're even talking about all this death stuff, but like just really channeling myself into the now opposed to all these other things that are going on, because so much is going on right now.
Yo, honestly, I kind of wanted to touch on the whole Israel-Palestine stuff that's going on today, but I think we'll save that till probably next week when Pree's back, because I kind of appreciated her breakdown that we briefly touched on it a few weeks ago, just in the midst of our conversation. when was that? That was a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, it's been more than a couple, but yeah.
But yeah, just there's a lot of other things happening in the world, and we kind of just still have to be worried about our own bullshit. Like I said, property taxes in Toronto went up today a percentage and are likely to go up another few percent.
To that point, there's a guy that I started to follow, and I'll give him a shout out. Shout out CJ. We'll put his handle in. Have you seen this guy? He's doing like a social experiment. You'll see him at like Albion Mall, Woodbine Mall, Square One, Yorkdale. He'll have a bunch of money.
You've mentioned it before.
Okay. I think it's interesting. I'd like to get to.
You went to Albion Mall though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but he
might be on the wrong side, bro.
Nah, shout out to him though. He did a dope thing though, because he had a bunch of Christmas presents, and he goes, "Help yourself if you need it." Like for your children or whatnot. And this one lady came up there and she's like, my son passed away and I'm taking care of his kids.
Oh, man.
So she's dealing with her grandkids and she took like 3 of the gifts. But I thought that was a great deed, you know? Just giving that away. And then I'm not trying to throw shade on him when I say this, but I also feel, are other people doing this just for the sake of the clicks and the likes and the views, or is it more than that? And to be honest, though, even if it is just that, who cares? You're still doing a good thing for people out there, you know. But that's just how, I don't know. He shows a whole bunch of people that are homeless. They're talking about how they became homeless, and he's giving this one guy a job. He goes to this one spot, homeless people, and it's stuff that I've thought of too. But good for him to actually take action on it. He meets them. He goes, "Hey, meet me here at 10 o'clock. I'll get you a job."
I think I saw that one.
Yeah. This one guy met him back, gives the guy a job as a gardener or something like that, contractor or something like that. But the guy's abusing drugs. Like, it gets pretty real. And the guy's telling him, like, yo, I'm still using and this and that. It's interesting to follow what he's doing. But I'd like to know what his end goal is. But to that point, and to your point, there was another TikTok video that I just saw randomly where the guy's like, the world's governments can't cure homelessness, but they're going to cure global warming. We're trusting them to cure global warming as taxes go up. Yeah. I'm like, that's a valid point.
Yeah. This guy's on some bullshit out here, man.
Yeah, everything's going wild right now. Everything's going south.
Hadouken! So speaking with one of my coworkers who was sharing what happened with one of the guys that passed away.
Yeah.
He went in a little bit about like him and his thoughts when it comes to death and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm just trying to make it to 71, to be honest.
That's the number?
I'm like, yeah, I'm like 71. I'm like, why 71? He's like, I've already circled that number. And he said,
it's interesting.
At 71, his daughter, who is his youngest child, would be 30. And he said 30 is a nice age where you feel like your child is independent enough, they're secure enough mentally. Like, you get what I mean? Like, they've built up enough of themselves to then be able to figure this out without you there. And could probably handle that loss of losing you. You get what I mean?
Yeah. That's well thought out, I
exactly.
guess.
So then it made me think, I'm like, I wonder what my number would be then. And I would agree, 30 is definitely a nice round number for your child to get to from a parent's perspective.
That's interesting.
To be like, all right, I've done my job. I'm confident with the human being you are now. If something were to happen, then I can go. The only other thing I would say to that is, how prepared are you from a life insurance policy and
that's
your
a real
will
thing.
And all of that type of
stuff.
stuff.
That's a real thing.
Because that's definitely important too.
Yep.
Like, you got to make sure that stuff put together. And again, some of us at this age don't have those things together. So
that's true.
Hey, Joe, it could happen to you because it's actually happening now.
Well, my brother had a stroke last year.
How old is he? You shared this with me, but I don't think I remember asking how old he is. If he's okay with you sharing that.
It's out there now. He's 48.
Okay.
We're turning 40. He's 47 right now. That's when we started to take it more seriously at my age, because I never had anything up until that point. But yeah, like I feel like from a community standpoint, we don't take it too seriously, like life insurance and all life insurance policies and stuff like that. I did that after the fact because you never know. And that's another reason I think
it took something like that for you to be like, you know what, let me
never even crossed my mind prior to that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Never once.
Nope. I think I'm healthy. I think I'm invincible. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I still feel that way at times, but then this happened and it's like, yo, you never know. You never know. But this is going to sound arrogant, but I just see myself being around for a while. Like I would say at least up until 87.
You know what, brother?
Only going up this year.
I truly hope both you and I get there.
Yeah, that'd be dope. We're still sitting here. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know about the sitting here part. I mean, I would love to still be your friend.
Yeah.
I just hope we're in a warmer climate. Maybe, I don't know, at this time of day, probably drinking a brewski or something.
Let me ask you a question though.
Well,
you ever think about just like, I'm done. Like if you were to go tomorrow, like does that cross your mind?
What do you mean if I were to go, like in what sense?
Like what would happen? What would you be leaving behind? Not from an insurance financial asset standpoint, but from like a legacy or morals or principles standpoint, whether it be for your kids or your friends or how you remember.
That's, whoa. How, like, hold on.
Well, I said a lot.
Oh, I just realized what I did there. It's because you said the children part. That's kind of when I was like, funny enough, that's what I've been thinking about a little bit. But the friends and family part, as much as I want to think about it, I try not to.
Yeah.
But I would want to go back to the point that I had made last year on an episode. I don't remember what it was. I do know I was wearing a First King t-shirt. Shout out First King Clothing. When I had referenced Machiavelli. When I was like, why wouldn't I want to live that kind of a life?
Yeah.
Where people would want to honor me.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
I remember that. That
like,
was my grandfather episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I would want my funeral to have 4,000 people at it. You get what I mean?
It's like a Gary Vee thing. He's like, I want the whole world to cry when I pass away.
Yeah, on that kind of level. Not the whole world, but I mean like
yeah.
I want to be able to go on a note, like spiritually, that I did enough for enough people to feel positively enough about me to show up, to then pay respects.
Yeah.
What else am I doing it for at this point? Like, I hope I either affected them, inspired them in some way, or like love them enough. You get what I mean? Yeah, just for them to like show up for me.
So let me twist that. Are you the type of person that wants credit for something if he does it for someone? Like, do you want the gratitude or the thank you
to be acknowledged? Like
the acknowledgement? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Not even that.
So what if no one showed up? Do you like? Not that you exist. That's what you would want. You would want people to show up. But wouldn't it feel better to just know that you made a difference, even if no one shows up?
But how would you know?
You're not going to know regardless either way.
No, I think you do know.
How would you know?
Your spirit still lives.
Okay, so then in that case, yeah. Then does it matter who shows up?
This is going to go into a totally different conversation.
It's already going. Fuck it. We're on about like 3 ducats right now.
Yeah, but when you pass, what do you think happens? You just like...
You want to go there?
There's no thoughts
for you after? I believe in a soul. I believe in a potential of...
So wouldn't your soul still be present to feel those things?
All right, so you're going to laugh again. Many lives, many masters, many lives.
Okay.
This book is about I think he's a psychiatrist, or he does some sort of hypnosis to people. And there's this one patient that he has, and he does hypnosis to them. There's a phase where this person talks about their past lives. Like, it's all recorded video, like it's all recorded and documented.
I've heard about this somewhere.
I probably brought it up on here before.
Okay.
But he's talking to her, and she goes into these states where she's talking about the transition of her passing away from one of her lives and becoming a soul.
Okay.
And then speaking to, I don't want to say a god, but like a higher power of sorts.
Okay.
Before getting into her next life.
That's the one thing that I wonder about.
Yeah.
Because reincarnation.
Yeah.
It's like there's no real guarantees that it's a thing. Certain cultures, however, believe in it heavy. Like Japanese people, them man, they will kill themselves 10 times because they know they're coming back. That's their belief.
Sure.
Which is crazy because Google it. Suicide rates in Japan, bro, they're up there.
Yeah, Hinduism as well. Like
Hinduism as well?
Yeah, like the reincarnation part.
Yeah, because they automatically feel like they're coming back as a human being. Whereas I'm not going to lie to you, I have somewhat of a belief that you may end up coming back as anything.
Yeah.
Like you could be a ladybug in your next life.
That's sicky too. Like that's what they believe. You could be an animal, a snake, or
And
whatever. Yeah.
Jainism also believes in the same thing, that there is a spirit, a soul that lives in everything, not just humans, but insects and plants too.
Yeah.
So to me,
plants
like,
are alive too.
Yeah.
Imagine being a plant.
They all have life. Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want to come back as a plant.
And someone chops
Maybe that's
you
what
up
hell is.
Someone chops you up and smokes
Maybe
you.
that's what hell is, nuts. Nah. If you come back as a plant, you can't do anything, bro. At least insects and animals, they still get to fuck.
But you're saying that, but you're saying that from your
well,
perspective.
plants will mate too, because they crossbreed a lot of stuff.
There's a whole nother world of plants underneath.
Yeah, like, underneath the ground.
Yeah, certain plants are fighting other plants. Like there's this whole different thing going on with them too. But they could be living a great life. They could be living a great life. Imagine. I'm just saying.
I was you know, I was thinking about A Bug's Life. There's no A Plant Life, right?
Nah.
That's the next Disney movie. Disney, there you go. A Plant Life. Figure that one out.
Send the check.
Run it.
Yeah.
Only going up this year.
I wouldn't even mind doing a voice.
Honestly, I've thought about that too.
Yeah.
I would love to do an animated voice at some point.
There you go.
Hey man, add that to your list, yo. I feel like we should take a break real quick, but I kind of like where this is going, to be honest.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those. So
that's what you saying. Break time or keep it going? Break and come back.
Boom.
Man, we got a lot of people to pay today, man. Out of like, what sponsors we got lined up? Anyways, we'll take a quick break. Yo. We'll be right back with some more wha'SUP.
Yeah, it's embedded in my brain. All the love and the pain. They're saying life's not a game, but when you gone, shit's over. Now I'm saying, all I need is a platform, and I be in real rap form. If it fits, I put the hat on. In pretty rapper dapper dawn, you can hear where I come from. Don't it sound like a mud slum? I'm smarter now, yeah, I was dumb. Two divided now, we was one. Tread light, cause the wicked's out. If you ain't listening, nigga, listen out. Gotta make sure I'm sticking out. Thin ice, but I stick it out. Only going up this year. You only going up.
All my days. Seems like they have been wasted, eh?
Yo, SB, you know who this is?
Nope.
Just goes on to show.
I mean, it might be kind of morbid, but I do have a playlist.
What a death playlist?
Yeah, I didn't title it Death, but I just called it Darkness. It's just when I'm in like one of those, man.
Darkness.
Yeah. It's very simple. I didn't want to be too creative. I knew the vibe, and the vibe is just, I guess, dark. I don't know, but that's on there. It's one of those, like, when you think about life and what it's gonna be like after death. Because what is it like on the other side? You know, these are songs that I kind of inspire those thoughts. But I say that too often. By the way, it's called "Till I'm Laid to Rest" by Buju. You know who Buju Banton is, yo?
Yeah. But like, I wouldn't, like, if you asked me to name a track, I wouldn't be able to name one.
That's off the album Till Shiloh. Outside of Bob Marley's compilation album, I think that's probably the best reggae album ever put together. It's in my top 5 albums of all time.
Any genre?
Out of the top 5 out of any genre?
No, I'm asking you, are you saying, or is it just reggae? Sorry, did you say just reggae?
It's top 5. Yeah, well, it's top 5 out of of all genres. To me.
Okay,
like it's one of those. Like, it's up there.
Okay. You put reggae above hip hop, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
All day, every day. But big up everybody in Jamaica. Big up everybody in Gibbs Hill specifically. That's where my dad's side of the family's from. And during the break, we had said we might as well continue with this same conversation for a bit longer. I did mention my grandfather who had passed away in 2019. So watching him getting old, I was able to accept that level of death early. And Lauren London. Shout out Lauren London, yo.
And Lauryn Hill.
Both of them, actually, yeah. Good job. She was on Angie Martinez's show a few weeks ago, and somebody had sent it to me, and told me I should check it out, right? So I was watching it, and there was a bar on there that I heard her say when she goes, "It's different when you're front row at the funeral." Like, you can go to a funeral for somebody who's passed, somebody that you know, a coworker, a classmate, a distant family member. But when you're front row at that funeral, yo, different feeling. Absolute different feeling. And like, there's no return from that point. Like, you can't rewind this. Like, that person that was that close to you, you're not going to see them in the physical form again. And you just have no control over it. So it can be very upsetting. But with my grandfather, it didn't hit, I guess, well, it didn't hit as bad as my mom, because I got to like at least see him get old.
Yeah.
Whereas my mom, like I had mentioned, I never got to see her retire.
Yeah.
So with him, as like sad as I really was, and I was definitely sad when my grandfather passed.
Yeah.
And I remember him telling me, like, don't cry for him either. Because he died of cancer. So when he was going to make his trips to the hospital and whatnot, he would talk about the kids that he would see that are in there, that are 9 and 10 years old.
Yeah.
He's like, I've got to see, it's like, how many years of life?
Yeah.
You'll cry for them.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they barely get to see any of it.
Yeah.
They've barely gotten a chance to see any of it.
I was like really young. I didn't have the same relationship with my grandparents. But I still cried because I was just young. But my grandmother, when she passed, like my dad's side, I was in India at the time. And my dad had just had an accident, like a car accident. So he was unable to walk properly. I think something wrong with his knee at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever ceremonial, if you want to call it that, burial or process that he would partake in, like I basically did that for him. Okay. And like you say, there's nothing like sitting at the front row. Like, so like with us, similar, I guess, we cremate the body too, right?
Yeah.
But in India, there's no, I don't know.
Hold on, you guys only cremate?
Yeah.
Because,
well, I'm in India. I'm not saying all Indians only cremate.
Okay.
I'm saying,
I thought you were talking from a religious standpoint.
Yeah. So we burn the body, and so I was there when it happened, when she passed away.
Okay.
So in India, where we were, at least, it's not like here where I don't know what you call it. What do you call where you push the body, where you push the casket into? What's that called?
Oh, I'm so mad. I know this, bro.
It'll come up. But there, we don't have that. So I'm doing the whole process. We're putting the logs. So we're burning it near a gurdwara, like near a temple.
Okay, so they're just putting the body on logs?
Essentially.
And they don't cover it with anything, or do they put flowers or something on top? Or
I don't remember that now. Maybe, but it's definitely logs, bottom and top, and then you use certain things to make it burn a little better, like certain oils and stuff like that. And so from my band, like my village, like I was one of the people that carried her, like a pallbearer, if you will. Mm-hmm. Is that what it is? Pallbearers are the ones that carry the, yeah. So. Yeah, so we carried her from our house to the gravesite, and I'm the one that lit that match. And
yeah, right.
Yeah. So you see everything. Like, you see the fire, you see her burn. So I'm watching her physical state burning at that point. Yeah. And back then I'm like, again, 20, 21, maybe 19, 18. Like, I was young. Here's what I found. And
I'm gonna see. No, like, that wasn't me. Like,
you're gonna blame Suri for that one? Yeah, but it was just a whole nother, like, I was already asking myself a whole bunch of different questions at that point, where it's just like, this is interesting. Like, I could go back to that time.
Yeah, and from my understanding, I could be incorrect. I don't know. Yeah. But you guys will try to get that process underway right away, right?
More or less, yeah. Like, you're not trying to keep the body. We don't have.
So when you lit the match,
yeah,
and I guess like lit the body on fire, like the whole, like the log.
Yeah. There's no casket. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. You guys are outside.
Yeah.
But you could smell that, no? Isn't that body still pretty fresh?
That's a good question. You can smell the fire. I don't remember the body smelling. You're not standing there to watch it burn to the floor.
'Cause I don't ever want to have to smell the scent of burning flesh.
Yeah.
But isn't that a thing though? Like, I've heard that before. So I'm wondering what that would smell like.
That's a good question. I don't remember any scent. I don't remember a smell of anything. Other than the actual fire itself. So no. I
need to go educate myself on what they do, like what the process is.
Well, I could tell you what they do. Like I could tell you what happened.
No, but I mean from the passing of the person,
yeah,
to preparing the body, yeah, and then I guess placing the body then on the lot.
I wasn't a part of any. If there was any preparation, I wasn't a part of that. The only preparation was you change their clothes. Mm-hmm. Like you're gonna put them in something.
So this was like what, next day? I don't know if I missed that part, but
not literally. Like she passed away and the next day we burn it.
Yeah.
No.
What day? No. Like, any idea how many days it was?
Yo, it's been so long now, bro. Like I don't remember, but it was within a week for sure. Like it was a couple of days.
Okay.
I don't even think a week. And so yeah, you burn the body, then you take all the like whatever you could find of the ashes the next morning. Mm-hmm. So like the nails and like the teeth and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And then you're gonna go drop those off in like we dropped it off in like a water, like a river, like a moving current. And yeah, that was that. So here it's like it happens so much faster, you know, when you hear. So again, like I've gone to funerals before, but I've never gone in where they push the casket in, other than my cousin. And yo, it's such a rushed process in my opinion. Like it's like you have limited time in there, and then that casket burns quick. You know?
Yeah, because it's just wood.
Yeah.
Those are just straight wood, no finishing, no nothing on top. It's just
But it's just like, I don't know if what I'm going to say makes sense or not, but watching it burn and standing there for a little bit more time and being able to have your own time with it, I feel it excels the grieving process. Not that it makes anything easier, but I'm able to see this instead of just pushing it and it's gone in seconds.
Yeah.
And then like, okay, now I got to get escorted out and I got to walk out right now. So there was like, I was probably standing there for like a good 30, 45 an hour. I don't remember, but like I was standing there for a while until people said, all right, like, you know, we could leave now. And even that was different. But here it's like you're crying, everyone's crying. You don't even get to cry properly because once it's in, and like, you know, you see the face one last time and you push it in and it's just like, that's it. Like that's your last memory, you know? You don't get to fully mourn, if that makes sense. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe this relationship was closer for me and I feel that way, but it's different. And then it's even I think life in Canada is just faster, man. You know? It's like the next day you got to go to work, right? Like you don't have time to just like sit back and like really take it in.
That was one of my biggest frustrations with the entire thing. Experiencing it with that level of like closeness.
Yeah.
Time don't stop.
Yeah. And
time don't stop for nobody, bro.
And
nobody.
That was I gotta say, that was a beautiful thing. That the whole family got together. Like we had everybody flying in for that, right? To when my cousin passed, it was in BC. And those are the times you need your family. You really need your family for those kind of moments, you know, to just even have basic conversations like, hey, I remember everybody just saying, yo, we got to call each other more. Simple things. Everyone's busy with work. Everyone's busy with this and that and whatever. You just call more. And like we have a really big, not just family, but family and friends. We had a really big circle, a group, especially for his funeral. Like his funeral was huge. He's a really popular guy, like a really good guy, you know? And just again, comparing it to the process in India, I'm just sitting in my house in India. Weeks could go by. People are coming, going, you know, like everyone's coming. So it's like, it's an easier process to grieve and the whole village is kind of with you too. So it's a little different here. It's like, all right, cool. Everybody's got to fly back the next day. Everyone's got to go to work and it's like, it's great that you guys are able to come, but it's difficult too, you know? And especially like on younger people, like the kids and stuff, because you don't have that maturity at that point to take that stuff in.
I get that part too with what you're just saying, because when we went to lay my grandfather to rest, there was a service here for him in Canada and then another one in Jamaica where he was like laid. And being able to go to Jamaica to visit where he's from, and then like lay him to rest there where he wanted to be, and then getting to spend some extra time in Jamaica, it did wonders for me. Like,
I bet.
In terms of like just getting through it and everything.
100%. And I'll even throw this in now since we're going there. It's more common to see funerals in India.
Okay.
Maybe in Jamaica too. Because in your village, it doesn't necessarily have to be your family. Your neighbor from that side someone in his family might have passed away, you know? But you're united. You're there for your neighbors too, you know? Like everybody kind of mourns and that's another thing, man. You don't move there. It's changing now. But for the most part, whoever your neighbor is has been your neighbor for like
exactly,
like great grandparents.
Yeah. They know you. They know the family.
They know the whole tree.
Yeah. Similarly in Jamaica too. Yeah.
I think a lot of countries are like that for the most part. It's just here where we're constantly moving. Yeah. For me at least, we've moved a lot.
In Jamaica, one of the biggest traditions is your 9-night.
Yeah.
And like you'll have the whole
What is that?
Yo, listen.
Sorry, I said like I knew like
people will travel from parishes like all the way across the island.
Yeah.
From here about 9-night, I'm over there, bro.
What is that? Sorry, what's 9-night?
They celebrate on the 9th night of the person's passing. Yeah. So that it's like community, everybody gets together, there's music. In Jamaica, traditionally, there's like a live band.
Okay.
There's supposed to be
they make it a celebration.
Yeah, like you're celebrating the person's passing. What it traditionally is the spirit of that person is traveling through the house.
Okay.
And you're supposed to place a cross above the door. Is it like before or after or something like that? After. This is me speaking from second generation Jamaican.
That's all good.
Or whatever. Like I'm just saying, sorry, second generation. Hear me, yo. First generation Canadian, but of Jamaican descent.
Me too. I'm doing the same thing. I just feel I've gone back so many times and actually had experiences that people hear about. Like I've experienced this. I've seen this. I've been there, and I was there so often, but we don't have like a celebration that I know of at least. But I've always taught myself at a young age to always remember the good things. So I shift the energy as best as I can, as often as I can. And that's usually my advice to anybody that ever comes to me or that I talk to that's had someone pass away at a young age. So I got a lot of friends, their parents pass away. And I'm not even talking now, I'm talking like even high school and stuff like that, or siblings and stuff like that. And ultimately, what else can you do? For
me, one of the ones too was talking to the kids about it, because they were present for it and they understand it.
Yeah.
Something that even triggered something for them the other day was just passing by the cemetery. And my
you're talking about your kids, obviously.
Yeah. So my eldest one was on some, how come Nana's not buried over there, like close to our house? And then I was just like, it's like the one that she's at is closer to her house. And then she said she wanted to go visit her. And I was intrigued.
That is very interesting.
7-year-old asking to go visit their grandmother at the cemetery.
Yeah.
So then I brought the two of them to visit her a couple of weeks ago. This is before Christmas, a couple weeks before Christmas.
Yeah.
We had a bit of a conversation there. They said some words. I didn't share this on here with you already. I didn't say anything about that.
Do it again, even if you did.
Anyways, yeah. So my younger daughter was like, when we were saying bye, she's like, bye, Nana. I wish you could make us some fried dumpling.
Yeah. And then you did say that. I don't remember if it was on here or not.
I got a little bit emotional at that point. When you hear things like that, it's kind of like, man, yo. I don't have to hear that or feel that feeling.
Yo.
So then I had promised to then make the fried dumpling for her and say, it's just... The spirit lives on.
You made the different ones. For one like them fried, one like them bit yucky. I remember now. Yeah.
But the tradition lives on, and that's how you know that person actually touched them, and they have memories of them that they're just never gonna forget. And it's attached to like fried dumpling. You get what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
So then I think maybe I didn't tell it on here, but I made the fried dumpling the next day, And then my older daughter was on some, oh, this isn't the dumpling that I want. I want refried dumpling.
Yeah.
Actually, I meant to ask you that, funny enough.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what refried dumpling is? And are you a fried dumpling versus refried dumpling guy?
I'm not a dumpling guy. How about that?
At all?
Yeah, at all. But I guess it would be what, you bake it and then you fry it?
No,
or you fry it and then you okay.
So you boil the dumpling,
yeah,
and then you would fry it, let's say the day after.
The only thing that I'm comparing this to right now is a panzerotti. Ask if you want it baked or if you want it fried. I go baked, so I'll probably go baked still.
So hold on, in all your trips to a West Indian restaurant, you've never gotten a fried dumpling before?
I probably have, but I wasn't given the option to have it fried versus whatever. It's just like, you want dumpling? All right, I'll get the dumpling. Yeah,
you know what? I didn't share the story with you, but I did mean to tell you all of this.
Yeah.
Because I did want to ask Pree, actually. I want to ask her because I know she probably had both.
Yeah.
Whether she's a fried dumpling or a refried dumpling kind of person. Actually, anybody who's watching, that's your topic for the week, your question that you'll pose on TikTok. Refried versus fried dumpling. I need to know. Which one do you guys prefer?
What do you?
Damn, yo, what am I?
Oh, what the? I thought you would have had that like ready to go.
Libra life, bro. I gotta have a little bit of both.
Okay,
man. Like, it's one of those like.
Well, that's good for your kids.
It's such a Libra thing.
Okay.
Because I enjoy both, but the refried has to be done the right way. Knots, I know you know what I mean when I'm talking about this. It can't be too fried though. It can't be too brown. It has to be just crispy enough, but still soft. So when you bite into it, the consistency is perfect. With a little bit of salt, you're nice, yo. Whereas the fried dumpling, some people can't do the fried dumpling too tough because it might be too flaky. Some people will bury that stuff in oil so it don't bite right, and it's lame. But
you got a preference?
Fried dumpling all day. Okay. If the fried dumpling's done right, I probably go fried dumpling because I feel like you can do more fried dumpling, and I don't feel as guilty eating fried dumpling as I do boiled dumpling. Because I'm a man, I used to go in the pot and take out all three dumpling plus some banana plus a plantain and like whatever I'm eating it with. But I have to cut that out.
Hit the Hadouken real quick.
Where am I? Oh no, hold on.
Hadouken! I got you. When you say they wanted to go to the gravesite and buy Nana and stuff like that. Like when I was talking about that last week, where I'm like, the concept of forgiveness, not to tie it into this, but it is tied into this. And then even not fully speaking to my parents, but those are my kids' grandparents. And then they're saying they're missing them, right? I think about this sort of stuff.
Yeah, you probably should. It's like,
I don't know when their numbers. I don't know when their numbers come in.
Exactly.
And I'm not trying to be the person that like held a grudge. No, you can't talk to my kids, or my kids can't talk to you.
So their relationship with their grandparent is just as important, if not more.
If not more. Yeah. And they're tight. Like specifically like
that part.
My son and my father. They go back and forth. Like it's jokes watching these guys.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And this literally happened yesterday. I was helping him with his math homework, and then he's like, "Hey, look, this is what like he's got like a little like a, I guess you guys call him a dagger. You know how we have a like people that are religious, like Sikhs that are Amrit Shak, they'll have a kirpan, like a sword. So my father got him that, right? Because at one point my son was growing his hair."
Yo, the way I'm not trying to cry in here, bro, but it's like just hearing you talk about that relationship.
Yeah.
Because my mom used to call them like every day, yo.
Yeah.
FaceTime them every day.
It's a real thing. I never had that personally. I never had that connection with my grandparents. My brother did. He's older than me. I think it might be like an older thing in general, but that doesn't mean I can't recognize it in them, you know? And not even just for the kids though, but even for the parents. Like they love that shit. Yeah. I was going to ask you another one though. Being the oldest, right? Do you feel
I'm not the oldest, my sister.
No, I know, but sorry. Right. Being older, because you got two younger siblings. How are they, like, do you feel you have to guide them or have those conversations with them where they haven't fully been able to get the same amount of time that you did, or they're younger dealing with it? You know, because you mentioned the age of being 30. I don't even know how old they are, but Like, do you guys talk about that sort of stuff? Like, do you guys, like the siblings, do you guys actually have these conversations? Because I asked you about your dad last time, but
no, I wouldn't say we have conversations about it, but there has been a time or two where I've made comments just reminding them of the fact that there was so much life before them. And even though I was only 7 and 8 when they were born, the type of memories that I have from the initial stages of like parenting with my parents.
Yeah.
Because my mom was 18.
Yeah.
When she had me, and 17 when she had my sister.
Yeah.
You're a child when you have a child at that age still.
Yeah.
And shout out everybody I know who had a child at 16 and 17, because
my parents are there too.
To see what some of them are doing now, trust me, I'm proud of a lot of you guys.
Facts.
There's too many at this point to be naming names, but
yeah,
they're all from Rexdale for the most part.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to find a way of bigging them up, yo, because they figured it out. I mean, for the most part, like,
a lot of them figured it out.
I can't think of one of them who has a child that's into any type of badness, or like they're all doing well for themselves, half decent at least.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I just remind them of that sometimes, and some of the I witnessed a lot more of the struggle than you did. As much of a struggle as you saw, like, there's levels to it. Like,
facts.
Trust me, and I had to endure it a lot longer than you did.
Yeah.
But yeah, the most I'll do is probably tell them stories. There's things that I have that will remind them of that, and they'll sometimes ask questions. And yeah, we'll share stories from time to time.
I guess going back to what we were saying before, that if you want to, I don't know if this is becoming too dark now, or if just
we need to change the energy.
Shift the energy.
Dog. Yeah.
All right, so let's go to Epstein list.
I mean, that's a pretty far stretch, but I actually do want to take another quick break, and we'll come back and try to shift the energy a little bit.
All right, dope.
But I do before we go, I do want to shout out my grandfather though, because just going back to what you had asked about, like what it would be like once I pass, and the feeling, and if people are gonna show up. If there's one thing that I did witness with my grandfather, people showed up, and there's a moment that I'll just never forget, being on the hill, all the way at the top of the mountains in St. Mary's, where my family's from, and some guy who I've never met before, but has been in that community for a very long time. He referred to my grandfather as the great Les Hart, and I'll never forget it. And he praised my grandfather for like a good 5 to 10 minutes.
Hold on, say that
in the middle of the road, bro.
Say that slowly. The great
Les Hart. That's what they called him.
Les Hart. Yeah. Okay.
That's just his nickname. But
what does that mean though?
Just referring to him as the great. Like, he's the great. His name is Les Hart.
Okay.
So
okay. I thought you meant like great Les, like great Les. No. Like, I didn't understand. Yeah. Les. Okay, got you.
Yeah. So his name was Les. So
okay.
The great Les Hart. So
okay.
I'll never forget that, and ever since I would always refer to him now as the great Les Hart.
Nice.
I don't know if you remember, but at my mom's funeral, I mentioned him, and that's how I referred to him. But like I said, we'll be back after the break with some more perspective.
You know what I remember the most?
Oh, again, bro, what's up?
I gotta do
the chimes, bro.
Yeah, that's all good. But this was funny though. I just remember. I love how you added humor. I've said this before too, but I'll repeat it. I love how everybody that got up on the mic just delivered a fantastic speech. But you're like, yo, Dad, I don't know who's gonna be checking in with you, but then you're like talking about your brother, like you better go check in on him because I got things.
I didn't say it that way, but
I know. But I'm paraphrasing. Yeah.
Right, we'll be right back with some more SUP.
This episode is brought to you by Body Ammo. More than a look, it's a lifestyle. Pick up some Body Ammo to protect your mind, body, and soul. Now, back to some more of SUP.
Basketball Jones, I got a basketball Jones. I got a basketball Jones. Ooh. SB, you know that one?
No.
Yeah, eh?
No, but I liked it.
Never heard it?
No, but I liked it. I wish I could sing along.
Anyways.
From a young G's perspective.
I had to use that one because it's Snoopy D.O. double. Shout out the Raptors, yo, who took on the Lakers recently. And there was some issues, man. Raptors head coach Darko was hot, bro. You saw the thing at the end of the game there?
I saw the clip.
Press conference?
I saw the clip, yeah.
Or post-game interview stuff? Nats, you got it?
Isn't it kind of overdue?
Run it? What?
It's overdue, no?
Let's take a look, yo. Nats going to play, yo.
You shot with 23 free throws in that fourth quarter. What did you...
Thank you, Doug. That's outrageous.
Man,
what happened tonight? This is completely
man, didn't
BS.
for this
is
shame, bro.
Shame for the referees, shame for the league to allow this. 23 free throws for them, and we get 2 free throws in the fourth quarter. Like, how to play the game. I understand respect for all stars and all that, but we have star players on our team as well. How's possible that Scotty Barnes, who is all-star caliber player in this league, he goes every single time to the rim with force and trying to get to the rim without flopping and not trying to get foul calls. He gets 2 free throws for the whole game. How's that possible? How are you going to explain that to me? They had to win tonight? If that's the case, just let us know so we don't show up for the game. Just give them a win. But that was not fair tonight. And this is not happening first time for us. Scotty Barnes is going to be all-star. He's going to be the face of this league. And what's happening over here during whole season, I've been calling it back, it's a complete crap.
I was about to drop it.
All right, yo, Nats, we get the point, bro.
Oh,
but
man.
Man was well vexed out here, you know.
His eyes were red still. Would have been on that
man
pink
said,
kush.
watch me and you guys, bro.
Flopping.
What's the best part of that for you, yo? Because to me, it's the broken English. Like, Nats, no?
If that doesn't say Toronto, I don't know what does.
The only thing the man was missing was a Mayut and like, what else? Yo, bro, are you dumb? He's like, are you dumb, bro? Are you dumb? You want the man to run up on you?
Dog,
yo, yo, the refs done cheesed me, you know? You're like,
should have given him one of these too.
Oh, no.
You know what? But it's overdue. How long have you been saying stuff like that?
It's been happening, yo,
Forever.
from like 19. How long the refs been cheating the Raptors? This ain't nothing new, yo.
Not at all.
I mean, I didn't get to watch the game. Funny enough, I tried to stay up to watch this, you know, John knows, because from I saw RJ Barrett torch Golden State in the last game, I wanted to try to see him play on the West Coast against the Lakers, because this would be one of those premier primetime games, like West Coast Lakers.
Yeah.
Couldn't stay up, fell asleep. And then when I saw this come out, I couldn't stop laughing, bro. Couldn't stop laughing when I saw this guy. Like, man's well vexed, you know.
Let us know if this is what you're going to do next time. We won't show up.
Damn, yo. It is the Serbian Christmas, though. Or it was on over the weekend.
And I wish I could do a Serbian accent.
Man's Christmas is probably horrible. You know, so it's like, you know what that probably was? Oh, no, I guess they played not Golden State. That was what, Sunday? Monday? Serbian Christmas was...
Yeah, what does that mean, Serbian Christmas?
They celebrate Christmas, or so the Orthodox Christmas. And most Serbians, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong.
So what day is
follow
that?
An Orthodox.
Like it's in January?
Yeah. And their New Year's is the following week. So their New Year's is...
Educate me on this. So who was born...
I'm not the one to be educating anybody out here, to be honest.
All right.
I mean, there's little that I know.
I'll give my boy a call. I'll give my boy a call when he comes down.
But that's what I mean. Darko probably had a bad Christmas, so he's probably like, yo, these effing refs, yo, like, you guys are ruining my holidays right now, bro. The hell was that?
Yeah.
But it's I don't disagree. 2 free throws in the fourth quarter versus 29 or 23 by the Lakers?
23.
In the fourth quarter, bro?
That's rough.
And the Raptors barely lost. They lost by like no more than 9 points. No, 1 point? Was it 1 point? Yeah, like, scam on them there, bro. It's getting kind of bad for these guys sometimes.
It's been bad for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And part of it, I've always had this belief that it's nothing more than TV time. And players having to come across the border, they hate it. So it's almost like the NBA just doesn't care about the Canadian team.
That and ratings.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then I guess this ties into what I was bringing up too. The referee that was on Vlad that got
big up your boy
charged.
Vlad again.
I have to, yo, Vlad, bring me on. Yo, Vlad, come out here. That'd be dope. Imagine interviewing Vlad.
I heard Vlad. I'm sure he's been to Toronto 1-2 times.
Yeah, of course. Come on.
So you're saying Vlad licked the man then?
Yeah, why not?
Come on, bro.
I think we'd give him a great interview actually. Yeah.
We'll tell him all about Rexdale.
Yeah, we could tell him all kinds of stuff about Rexdale.
Find some Rexdale OGs for him to dig. Because I know Vlad likes to do those gang stories.
Nah, don't set our guys up like that, bro. Well, I guess we don't have tell all books like Keefe.
So what were you going to
say? Two things. One is UFC's coming to town.
Oh, that's another thing, yeah.
Yeah.
With this
20th.
20th, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So not this coming weekend, the following weekend.
Yeah.
And anyone that I might be down there for the weigh-ins. I'm not paying those prices for those tickets.
What are they at right now?
I don't even remember. The cheapest ticket was like $8.
$800.
Mm-hmm. US.
For what?
US. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but where are you sitting?
Oh,
in the bleachers?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Like outside the stadium.
What? I had no idea UFC tickets are that bad.
They're pretty expensive.
$800, bro?
Yeah.
To sit in the bleachers?
And that's like the minimum, yeah. So I wouldn't mind paying that if
somebody good was fighting.
I don't want to say that either because I like Strickland, but the card
said the card was trash.
It is trash. The card is trash, but I like Strickland.
The main event's decent?
I wouldn't even say that.
Damn, yo.
No, I wouldn't.
You just like that fighter.
I like that fighter. The fight's all right, but it shouldn't be a main event for Toronto. Yeah. No way. They haven't given us a card in like 5 years, bro.
We need to call Darko on demand them, bro.
Get him to call Dana.
Tell Darko to call Dana,
Oh, that was great. That was really good.
Like that whole clip is still very early, so I really want to see what people do because I know everybody's probably at home clipping that up right now to start using that as like stuff as piece of content.
Oh, he's gonna have so much.
Darko went off, bro. Like that's definitely one of those 5 years from now. Like you're watching that and playing it back over and over again.
You think it's gonna make a difference though?
What? Nah. Maybe for a game or two, but nah.
Not long term.
More times, that's when you go back and look at the team. Like whatever coach gets fired up and goes at the refs or whatever, like has some sort of flare up. You watch and see who they're playing in their next game, and sometimes that's just them trying to fire the team up to get them all like, yo, we got to go here and battle, guys, and the world is against us, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
You see those guys show up and they'll beat somebody that they're not supposed to beat more times, but
is it worth 75,000?
I don't know. Exactly that part. Not to sway too much UFC stuff.
There isn't much to say about it. Like I just look at it like, okay, so the main event, this is the first time you guys are coming back. You guys are giving us Strickland for the middleweight title against Duplexis, however you say his name.
Okay.
There's another title on the line, women's title, like a bantamweight title. And there's no like fights that I'm hyped about to watch. I might still go to the weigh-ins just for the sake of. But
you don't have to pay for the weigh-ins though? I
don't even know that anymore. I'll probably still go, but it's not gonna be like ridiculous if it is something. I don't know anymore because the whole thing that I was gonna go to got canceled. I haven't gone to a live fight by UFC at least. But yo, Dana, you gotta send us a nice card. You owe us, bro, because there was a point where multiple states were not sanctioning mixed martial arts. UFC was not. But
you could do it in Canada.
You could come out here in Toronto and we'd hold you down. Yeah. And sell out like the Sky Dome. Yeah. when that was a thing. So that's one. Yeah. But if you're watching Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, what about him?
He's got a fight coming up too now. Fighting yeah, he's gonna be fighting Joshua. They're no, not in UFC. Not in UFC. He's got another boxing fight. But I think it's not an exhibition this time. Like, it's going to be a legit fight. Boom.
Let me give you this one more time. One more time even. Big up the Miami Heat. Since we're talking about some basketball still.
Now drop it one more time.
Yo, the legend, the great Pat Riley. And this move, yo, honestly, he is a legend at this point to me.
It's a move.
He is when you talk about bad boy, yo, like Pat Riley is a bad boy.
Yeah.
To think this far, to even like, yo, I rate it on a levels like you wouldn't even believe. Anyways, news that had just come out was that the Miami Heat and president and GM, Pat Riley, waited until the end of Erik Spoelstra, who's their head coach, the end of his legal proceedings surrounding his divorce. So they waited until the end of his divorce proceedings to give him his contract extension of $120 million. Thank you, Nats. Can you imagine, bro?
How long were they married?
Good question. Let's do a deep dive if we can real quick. But you know what? Before we even get to that part, I do want to acknowledge that Erik Spoelstra started from the bottom.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
He didn't take the traditional route that most head coaches do because he started as a video coordinator.
Oh, wow.
Working for the team.
Oh, shoot.
And that's different. Like, it got to a point where they started to see how he was able to identify things in plays and start helping to draw things up and draft things together to be like, yo, this guy's actually seeing something while he's watching the videos. And typically a coordinator just coordinates the video for the coaches. He ain't necessarily the one that's like drawing things up and whatnot. You get what I mean?
So what you're saying is Zealous is going to be sitting over there soon.
Only going
down. Got you.
But he started as a video coordinator in 1995. 29 years later, his contract extension includes the most committed coaching money to history, bro. Can you imagine, bro? Shout out to Miami Heat again, yo. But let's see if I can find how long he's been married, yo.
It's a move.
Not that long. 2016.
Okay. So yeah, she don't deserve half of 120. Right? It's not enough. It's almost a decade.
How mad would you be if you were her though?
Oh, 100%.
You know what?
But she probably still got paid really good though.
It doesn't matter, yo.
Why doesn't it matter?
Just the mere fact that
she lost another 60?
No, it's just like the fact that they thought about protecting him like that. You get what I mean?
Why?
What?
They played better chess.
But that's just it.
Yeah, so?
People aren't thinking to those lengths oftentimes. Like, I wonder if you think she knew that his contract was up and he was like due for an extension?
Obviously not.
Yeah, because you know how long you sign a contract for, but by that
busy fucking the pool guy.
But
allegedly,
exactly. Don't do that. Don't do that. But by that, is it top of mind for her? Because you're also dealing with like quite the circumstance going through a divorce. So it's like, am I thinking at the same time, oh, he's up for an extension? Like his contract is about to be up? Who knows? But kudos to the Miami Heat, yo, for sitting on that and then waiting until it was done and be like, all right, you're good now? On some SB shit. Wow. Man just got his walking papers last week. So,
oh, man.
Good year to start out for Spoelstra. I mean,
yeah, but I don't got no 160 million contract waiting for me just yet.
Exactly, not yet. On the way, because you know why?
I see what's on the wall.
Only going up this year.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Only going up this year.
Yeah.
But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's best we shout everybody out who's been watching so far and listening.
I gotta go quick shout out. Yo, shout out Angela Milana for the hat. Okay. I'm loving this. They're opening up a museum in Hamilton. Okay. For like,
you got that on the low?
No, like I purchased many things. Okay. I support Toronto like that. Yeah. But she's got like artists and designers in her family like for generations. Like her father, I think even her grandparents, her son, well credited. But I was literally walking and I saw this on I was being a window shopper for a minute. And it brought me into the store. Then I started having a conversation with her, and like the stuff that she puts together, it's amazing. She's a bomb collector. Like she collects bombs from like World War II and stuff like that. World War II collectibles.
She travels and buys them and finds them in places.
I don't know the details of how she's getting them.
Got a bomb connected in the city. Like what?
I don't know, but like they're older, like the fuse and stuff like that. But she uses them for art, and she actually has a dope quote that I really like. That's gonna be associated with their museum, which is opening up or opened already, but we'll hit a tag there. But basically, it's where art and trauma collide. And basically she's using the bombs or something related to the wars or something like that that's traumatic, and they're just creating art out of it. And I think that's dope. So
yeah, it sounds pretty cool still. Might check it out. Send me something. I'll probably take a look. Or
honestly though, but she gives a lot of great advice too. So for anyone that's up and coming that wants to get involved in some sort of art or fashion or design and stuff like that, she'll give you the whole history of what's been going on for a while. So
maybe one of these days we'll have her on here with us.
That is the plan. So shout out to her.
And until then, make sure you stick with us. Shout out all our viewers, listeners, like I was saying before. Big up Pree and Face once again. They were not with us today, but definitely here in spirit. Not behind the scenes. Big up every time. We'll be back again next week with some more SUP. But until then, enjoy. Actually, one last thing before I go. Shout out all our Canada Post drivers, our Pure Later drivers, our UPS drivers, FedEx, DHL,
Loomis.
Everybody out there on the road regular, even the Uber drivers. You know, I big you guys up too, because more time you guys spend a lot of time in the car. And a lot of you guys are listening to us while you're in the car. Yeah. I've never been in a lift before, by the way.
Neither have I. But they're out there driving.
Exactly. Shout them out too. But like I said, next week we'll be back. So until then, enjoy.